This is the Bluetti B300K expansion battery, the add-on pack I've been running with my AC300 to cover home backup and weekend trips. My first thought picking it up was, wow, 65 pounds is no joke. It's manageable if you lift carefully, but this isn't a grab-and-go brick. Once it's parked where you want it though, it feels like a solid building block in a bigger power setup, not a disposable gadget. Key features that matter to me are simple on paper and strong in use. 2,764.8 watts-hours of LiFePO4 storage, a rated 4,000 plus cycles to 80% capacity, and broad compatibility with Bluetti heads like the AC300, AC500, AC200 Max, and AC200L. The LiFePO4 chemistry is the main reason I picked it. It's stable, it ages slowly, and I don't worry about keeping it indoors. The B300K also trims extra ports and fluff in favor of being a pure expansion battery, which keeps the footprint tighter than the older B300 and makes stacking cleaner. From my experience, setup is straightforward but physical. The expansion cable is thick and stiff, so plan side clearance. I couldn't tuck the stack flush against a wall. The cable bows out a few inches and likes to keep its shape. The locks click in securely, and once it's seated, it feels like one integrated system. On the battery itself, you get a simple power button and an LED bar for state of charge, plus a basic USB-A. Everything else, solar, AC output, RV plugs, fast USB, lives on the head unit. That might sound limiting, but in practice it nudges you to treat the B300K as the energy tank it is and let the AC300 do the routing. Day to day, I've used one B300K for my home office backup and fridge during short outages. With my desktop, modem, lights, and a few chargers hovering around 300 to 500 watts, I typically get the afternoon and evening covered before bedtime. No drama. When I pushed harder, microwave, coffee maker, and shop tools, the battery obviously drains faster, which is expected with a 2.7 kilowatt-hour pack. Running a small window AC as a stress test chewed through one pack in a few hours. That sent me shopping for a second module so I could stretch into the next morning without babysitting loads. Adding a second B300K later was genuinely plug-and-play. The system recognized it right away, and I was back to work. Charging is where this combo system shines. Using AC fast charge through the AC300, I can refill a single B300K from low to full in roughly an hour and a half when I'm okay with the extra fan noise and power draw. On solar, the AC300's dual MPPT inputs make it easy to scale. I've run 600 watts of panels on cloudy days and still kept things trickling in. On a clear day with more panels, the recharge window gets pleasantly short. The battery itself is quiet. Any noise you hear comes from the head unit's fans when you're pulling heavy loads or fast charging. Cold weather is the one area where I had to adjust my routine. In my opinion, the B300K's lack of internal heating is the trade-off you feel most if you store your system in a garage or van in winter. Charging below freezing isn't a good idea with LiFePO4, so I kept the pack inside on icy nights or warmed the space slightly before topping up. Once I worked that into my habits, it wasn't an issue. But if you're in a very cold climate and want hands-off charging, keep the B300S on your radar. I did see one quirk after expanding to 2 batteries. The state of charge on each pack drifted apart a bit after a busy week. A full charge followed by a normal discharge cycle brought them back in line. It's just the BMS doing its thing, but it's worth mentioning if you notice mismatched percentages across modules. Also, app control and Wi-Fi reliability live on the AC300 side, not the B300K. But your perception of the system will include both. I've had rock-solid weeks and a few why are you offline moments that needed a reboot. Not a deal breaker, just part of the experience. It's perfect for anyone building a modular system that can grow. Start with one pack and add more as your needs or budget change. The smaller footprint compared to the B300 helped me fit it under a bench, and the lifespan promise is what sealed it. After plenty of cycles, I can't see noticeable degradation yet. And that peace of mind matters when you're investing in storage. I'd recommend this for RV and van setups where weight distribution and space matter, home offices that need UPS coverage without a roaring gas generator, and DIY solar users who want battery building blocks they can stack over time. If you want lots of ports directly on the battery, this isn't the one. If you charge in freezing temperatures often with no climate control, consider the heated variant instead. If you live on a dolly and move your gear a lot, be honest with yourself about the 65-pound carry. In my opinion, Bluetti nailed the core idea here. A dense, long-lasting expansion battery that skips the extras to focus on capacity, safety, and compatibility. The rigidity of the cable and the lack of internal heat pads are the two compromises I feel most, but the payoff is a cleaner stack, solid cycle life, and easy scaling. When I need more runtime, I add a module. When I want faster recovery, I feed it more solar, or let the wall fast charge do its thing. In conclusion, the B300K has earned its place in my setup because it behaves like a dependable tank of energy. It's not trying to be a standalone power station. It just stores power safely and delivers it whenever the inverter asks. That's exactly what I wanted. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own experience with the B300K in the comments. Thank you for watching.